Well, well, well. Well, I think I'm live here. I got to tell you, I'm looking at a really wonky screen. So, I am going to talk tonight about welcome, everybody. For those of you who are here, that would be great if you just laid a comment in StreamYard. If you would like to just accept StreamYard's, there's a little button on the top there that if you accept it, I'll actually know who I'm talking to because all I see right here is Facebook users. So, hello, girl, whoever you are. I am so sorry that I'm a little bit late, but I got to tell you, technology is really not all that fun. Like it's you'd think I would have it all picked up by now. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get right into it. Before we get started, I would like to just say, if you can hear me okay, who's ever out there, just say, yes, I hear you okay. Because I've been known to do entire presentations with, you know, no sound because that's just how I roll sometimes. Okay. Well, we're going to just go for it here. I just want to say tonight I'm going to do a presentation. I'm going to walk through a series of slides. And after we are done, a little bit later on tonight, there's going to be a link. I encourage you to join the actual workshops. We're going to be starting the workshops on June the 9th, June the 9th, pretty sure. Double check my dates because to me, every day is the same these days. I don't know why, but they are. So what we're going to do in the live workshop is just going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to take a great deal of time today. We're going to touch on some subjects, but then when we go to the actual workshop, there will be some workbook that goes along with this. And for those of you who are do-it-yourselfers, no problem. Just click the link and go and grab the workbook, and you can work on it yourself. So let's get going. And hold it here. Oh, you all saw my wonky screen. Didn't realize that I was on there already. Okay, so go to here and add to stream. That's I am something. Okay. Well, I certainly hope that we can see me okay and hear me okay, because I'm just going to go ahead and assume that that is the case. A quick check here. I appear to be live and working. Perfect. Here we go. A couple of things we are going to touch on. By the way, I couldn't find my regular reading glasses, so I am going to be just winging it. Create your membership. When we think about building a membership, and I've thought a lot about this lately, and we've had a lot of conversations with a lot of my clients lately about doing something. Before we can start to do that, I want to talk a little bit about finding your ideal client, because things have changed a little bit. The consumer has changed a little bit. When you think about before the pandemic, we had our loyal regulars. They came consistently all the time. They were price conscious. They loved the sales. You knew how to get them happening. They came in every 6 weeks. They got their roots done. They got their trims, they referred their families and friends, they pre-booked, they showed up, they responded to ads in your marketing. I mean, we had it nailed. A lot of you had it super, super nailed. So it was really, really surprising to come back and open the salon to just see how much the consumer has changed over the pandemic. And a lot of these things just are not as real. So I start looking into who would your ideal client be? What is the customer doing right now? And what can you do to attract the clients that you want? And as I started looking into this, it became super, super clear that the client that you want is, in fact, the millennial and Gen Z. So these people are going to range between the age of 20 to, I think, 40 is 25 to 40 is your millennial. And before that would be your Gen Z. And they want different things. They care about what you believe in, what you stand for, your social equity. Are you inclusive? Do you have sustainable practices? And they are just not responsive to the ads and the type of marketing that we're used to doing. So the script has just really been flipped. And so the reason that we need to sort of understand what they're doing is millennials are the biggest consumer of luxury services. Now, when we say that, they are really YOLO, like live for today, and they will spend on things for different reasons than what we think they are, but they are the ones who are considered the luxury client. And businesses all across the range of businesses are all very, very specifically targeting millennials. And so we're going to show you why, and I'm going to show you how you can really, really take advantage of this way before anybody else if you're sharp and you are ambitious. So we need to know what it is that motivates them. What are they paying attention to? And then we just have to figure out how to give them what they want. Side note, Gen Z is hot on their heels, but they are quite different. But they are, there's this whole generation of the millennials actually are really they're very crafty at attaining their incomes. And there's some very high earning millennials out there for sure. So here's what they're into. And I want you to understand, if you can understand and get a grip on these 5 things and just feed into these 5 things, your membership will be like none other for sure. They want ease and convenience. 57% of them said that they were switched where they do businesses if their business that they frequent could not offer flexibility in hours, flexibility in everything. They want a personalized experience, high service and personal care. 72% said businesses need to understand how their needs have changed over the pandemic. They are looking for you to understand that they need things a little bit differently. And we just sit around and kind of, we're still shell shocked about how we're supposed to be, dealing in high service and high personal care, knowing their names. They know, if you know their names, they will remember these things. You really need to spend a lot more time on, just understanding what it is that they need, not doing things the way that we always have, because we always have. Product origin, 58% of them said that they would switch to another brand or service to get more sustainable products. We know this. We're going to talk about how you're going to just tap into all these in a huge, huge way. Trust and reputation. Consumers say that they would switch providers if they did not take visible action to have a positive societal impact. It matters, and they are watching you. So that's how you're going to kind of building that trust, and your reputation is going to be a game changer for you. You need to have the perception of who you are authentically getting out there into the world of people. Health and safety, 71% of the new consumer thinks that companies are just as responsible as governments for the health of societies. Interesting. This is where it is going to require you to jump out of your box. I had to, and heaven knows, well, I live outside the box. But one thing I want you to remember is all problems always have solutions. So even though I'm going to throw a couple of weird thoughts at you, I want you to know that there is a way. You just have to put your little creative head on it. We're going to figure this out. So they want now when you're building your membership, I want you to think about these things. If you can think about how to do these 5 things differently than anybody else is doing them, oh my gosh, everybody else in town might as well put closed on both sides of their sign. Just saying. So they want front of the line service. Now, when I say this, they want I'm thinking, how can you provide front of the line service? How can you say, oh, you know what? Yeah, I got a spot for you, right? Isn't that kind of against everything? Well, they may as well book. They need to pre-book because I can't just get them in. You need to figure out how to just get them in. Leave openings weekly? I don't know. Available just to your members in your squeezing time? I don't know. I don't know what your answer is. And I know you're all going to push back because I was pushing back for you not more than like, I don't know, a month ago. But things change. I have to change too. So we need to figure out how we can give our members only, front of the line service. When I've talked about memberships with you all, we've talked about how you can have sustainable income and how $20 a month times 100 is, $2,000 a month. It ain't about that. That's going to be a benefit. And yeah, that's going to help you with some of these things. So those are kinks that we're going to work out. But having a membership is really going to be about more than, when we talk about, well, what should I offer? Oh, how about 2 products on the first of the month for the price of 1? You know what? That's not going to do it. I mean, you can do those things and, you're going to build your membership your way. But if you want, we are talking right now about a monthly subscription membership. We're not talking about a blow dry membership or get so many cuts a year for the membership or anything. We're just talking about a flat out monthly subscription to become your member. Okay. And by doing so, you're going to be able to offer them things that they cannot buy at full price from you, right? Your clients right now cannot buy their way into an opening that is not there. Special pricing. Now, this was weird for me. Everybody is charging more and more and more. And I'm behind you. I'm the one out there going, girl, you have to charge more. Sorry, dudes, you have to charge more. I'm all about that. But how can we do this? There is always a way. One of the things, my sweet spot is I am a creative problem solver. Just because we can't afford to do cheaper prices doesn't mean we just need to shatter that. Everybody is charging more and more. So consider a price benefit for your members. We're going to make that up on the back end and we're going to work it all in there. But if you could say, as a member, you're going to receive an ongoing, for me, I'm a baby boomer. That might not be like, yeah, no, that might not reach me. But the millennials, they're crafty. This generation, and it's not like they don't have any money. They have lots of money. They're just vigilante consumers. They're just a little picky about who they're going to give it to. And so the more you can treat them special. So maybe special pricing on some things. I don't know. I'm going to talk about these things though. Product origin matters. Rethink your business partners. I'm serious about this. Now, rethink your business partners. Think about the color that you're carrying. Think about the lines and the brands that you love. Think about you need to find yourself a strong brand with a strong story, and you need to grab onto that story. Bigger brands have a type of marketing budget that we will never see as small salon owners. There are so many companies out there right now that all they have people that an entire marketing department that just figures these things out, and then they know how to tap into that. So we should learn from them. And anyway, that color that you need to have, that only color that works, the only one that covers gray, the one that you've known for like ever, if it is not ammonia free, if it is not sustainable, if it is not the things that people want today, get rid of it. There are some great options out there right now. Kevin Murphy color, man, it smells like you could eat it. Super shiny on the hair, absolutely no ammonia in it. There's some options out there, better options than when we first started. So any of you who are sitting there going, oh, I tried the ammonia free when they're not the same. There's just better Euphora. There's just better options out there right now. Ammonia free color and a sustainable brand. You think about 11 Australia and how they've just grabbed onto social justice. They support people who are fleeing human slavery. You think about Kevin Murphy trying to clean up the ocean, strong brand stories. There's some companies out there with amazingly strong brand stories. I just keep thinking that I am not, my whole screen right now is covered by the slideshow. So I'm just hoping you're all there. So you need to grab onto a company with a strong product origin, empathy, market to understanding, but first be more understanding. Now, this is where it's a little bit weird because we have been, as far as this empathy goes, we have been all about going, oh, my clients are standing me up. They don't show up. They're really grumpy. They expect to get in whatever. They're never happy. My boundaries, they're calling me at night. They're giving you a hint. You see the way that they're acting right now? That's how they want to act. That's the way they're going to act. That's the way they started acting over the pandemic, and you're not going to change that. Now, if you want to be able to do business in an absolutely new and dynamic way, if you want to change your game and your picture forever, we need to look at these habits and embrace them and think about how you act. Do you not feel the same way? I bet you if you went and looked at a list of all the expectations that your clients are laying on you, I bet you've been laying them down on somebody else. Just saying, maybe we could think about that. So market to being understanding. Imagine if you could go out into your marketplace and go, we care about you. Do you know what I mean? And we understand these things that you could, I don't know. There are solutions. Remember, all problems have solutions. I am asking you to stop with the complaining about the boundaries and to stop with they're not coming. There's a bunch of them that they're going to be late if they want to be late or not come, and they expect you to get them in 2 days. You know what if you could fill all those bizarro expectations for a price? Membership has its benefits. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. And you need to be everywhere. Now, this does not mean that you need to be on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and, oh my gosh, your social media can suck you dry. And a lot of times not being able to use it super effectively keeps us sort of scrambling. When we know super clear who our market is, when you are clear who your ideal customer is, and I'm telling you right now, you don't have a choice. It's the millennial and the Gen Z because they're the only ones who can afford you. Your prices have gone up. You do have to charge more. And those are the people that will give you more money if you do these things. No problem. So there's not an option. Used to be we had options. You could be a barbershop. You could be a chop shop. You could be families only. You can't be those anymore. Now, somebody's got to be them. I get it. But there's actually, I was listening to Gary Vee the other night, and he was he was interviewing the CEO of MasterCard, who informed us that the consumer has spent more money so far this year in 2022 than they did pre-pandemic. So people are spending money. We just have to target who our ideal client is going to be. So when I say be everywhere, I mean that technology is expected, and I bet you it's expected by you. Think about your own personal habits when you go online. What if when you went to buy something on Amazon or whatever it is that you're doing, you kept getting disconnected or you couldn't find them? I have looked for salons before that I've worked with and had a problem finding them. I've looked for me though and had a problem finding me. So I'm not pointing any fingers at you because we are all deeply flawed. I am, that's for sure. But technology is expected. Um, they do expect you to have online booking. If you're not doing online booking, you need to do that. Like you really do. I know all of you are, most of you are, 99% of you are, but it's so very important. You need to make sure that you're on Google. If you've got, I'll tell you right now, those of you who are trying to sell stuff on your website, I would like you to phone me and let me know how you're doing it, because I have a lot of salons that aren't really retailing or anything on the website, but use your website as a point of connection, not just a place of action. And we've talked a little bit about how having a landing page is actually more valuable, or as valuable as having a web page, which you do need to have. So here's the deal. So you cannot solve 2022 problems with 2019 solutions. So what is a girl to do? A guy to do? What are you to do? Well, I do know this, that business values really matter. 66% of your ideal client expects you to live by your values. When you hear me talking about standing up, being seen, being heard, creating your culture, giving back, it's more than that. I mean, those things are all, necessary and good. Oh, I wanted to mention something before we go any further. Just going to go back a slide or two to my fun facts, because this was really eye-opening for even me. Most millennials, the number 1 and 2 visited social channels of the millennials, as well as the Gen Z, not so much on Facebook, Gen Z, but they're just young, you want the millennials, are YouTube and Facebook. Did you hear that? YouTube and Facebook. Do you know that the Gen Z are really going anti Instagram? The millennials, we adopted, baby boomer, so quick to this and that and this channel and that channel. And really this generation of adoption. They're not really the ones that spend, hours and hours on Instagram. There's a kind of a bit of a swing away. And Generation Y, Z, they were born with a phone in their hand, and they don't do Instagram. But the biggest channel that they all go to is YouTube and Facebook. And I'm stressing this because I talk to so many of you who put all of your marketing time and energy into Instagram. I'm just asking you to rethink that. Now, another fun fact is millennials, they really do open their emails. They're the generation that do. They open their emails more than baby boomers, than Gen Z, than whatever. And they like them. They like them because they're not intrusive. They can open them when they want. They can chuck them if they want. They can, I don't know. There's just something non-intrusive about an email, where you look at Gen Z, and of course they want you to, everything can be done in the DM. Me personally, don't be butting into my DM. I'll let you know when I want to talk to you. But your email, you're welcome to email me. So in talking about living by your values and creating a culture and reaching out to the things that truly matter to the generation or the ideal client that you want, you need to start thinking about who you are and what you stand by and how you can fill, not the stuff I was talking about 6 months ago, but the stuff I was just talking about now. How to do these magic acts of creating a membership where you can afford to do a special price for you because you're special, you're one of the members. Or if you could say, as a member, we've got flex time for you. So if you need, working with them instead of just bitching about them. Hey, listen, I've been there with you, complaining just as loud. So no judgment here, just saying. There's got to be a better way because they are not changing. People are not changing back. It's too late. So, Simple Salon Solutions, and I specialize in helping ambitious salon owners go from overworked stylist to inspiring salon leader through building your reputation, creating your culture, and connecting with your communities. And yeah, that's it for me. I want to just say something. I encourage you to join into my beta program. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to come in here on Mondays, and I'm going to present what the lesson is going to kind of be about. Now, I've given you guys a lot to think about. So those of you who are just like, hey, those are something to think about, yay. Think about them. See if you can see what you can dream up. I mean, I get my best ideas from y'all. But I will have a site, a link downloaded later today or early tomorrow that you're going to be able to connect to. Click on there, and it will take you. You'll have to register with your email address, and I'm going to email you. Register with your email address, and it'll just take you to a site where you're just going to download, and you'll be able to download anything. You'll go back to that site over and over again. So if you don't want to go to the live classes, that's okay. You can follow along with Monday's little lesson. Whereas on Wednesdays, that's where I'm going to go live. I'm going to go live off-site. It's not going to be here. So you're going to register, and you're going to get a link to my membership site, in which we will be able to get together in a small group where it's going to be interactive, and it is not going to be me teaching you. It is going to be a place where we can actually work on your stuff, what situation you're in. And I know that every time I hear a salon go, oh, I've been thinking about this, I know a salon who's done it. And you need to hear from them. And all I do is I just look around. I'm not dreaming up magic stuff here. I'm just paying attention. And I would love to get you together with other peers. And so anybody who would like to join, it's not going to be, I missed last Wednesday, I cannot go next Wednesday. You come whenever you like and take advantage of this. This is a beta program. We're going to grow and learn in it together. And it's free. It is free for anybody who wants to pop in. So you guys all have a great night, and I will see you next Monday. Stay awesome. Okay. Get up.